Okay, guys, here we have the buy and sell signals plus alert indicator. So, what this is it's based on the RSI and the parabolic SAR. Now, if you don't know what parabolic SAR is, it's basically a trend indicator where it would normally be, dots below a price, signaling an uptrend for a potential buy and hold, or dots below a price, signaling a downtrend. But in this particular instance, it's being applied to the RSI. So it's actually really cool. So what we're tracking there isn't based on price, it's based on strength. And strength typically will lead and then price will follow. Okay. So now look, we have 6 signals in total, 3 for buying and 3 for selling. So first we'll go over them. So you have different sized diamonds. So a small diamond is a regular buy, and a small red diamond is a regular sell. Right? So they're both valid buying and selling signals, but the strength of that signal. So here, the larger green diamond is a strong buy, meaning there was a strong momentum shift in the RSI from a low level. And then here you have a pink signal. This is a very strong sell signal, and we might not be able to see the very strong on this time frame, but I will go to a 1 minute. And look, we can see here there's a very strong here and a very strong here. Now, as you can see, this one, it was right. There was a shift in the RSI there, signaling to get in. Obviously, with what's happening in the market, it also said, I don't care about the RSI. So, look, there was a definitive shift point here in the market. This signal is not incorrect. It's correct. Money, people thought that was a bottom and they jumped in. People continued to sell. This signal here is also not incorrect. If you have a look here, price went up and then it's got a sell signal and continued to go down. Same with this one, a smaller one, but it also went up. So in no way were those signals wrong, but they weren't right for buying and holding to the close. This one was the best one. So it's giving you the information, and it's also pointing out, bullish and bearish divergences as well. So you got a lot of bearish divergences there. Obviously, you can also just see them yourself, but points them out for you. And here a while ago now, obviously in late December, January 24, 25, you had a bullish divergence here. So price went lower than here. So obviously price was low, went even lower, but RSI was higher. And that gave you the bullish divergence there in terms of, hey, this has got more interest in it, even at a lower price. So more strength. Now, using these indicators obviously can help you make better decisions, when to get in, when to get out. If you got in here, for instance, and you got that signal to get out, you hopped out, you would avoid that loss. Obviously, you didn't get another buy signal there because it wasn't enough strength there. Whereas it came back in here and, utilizing these buy and sell signals, as I explained in the other video, with the trend indicator, it's giving you more information, obviously with the sentiment indicator as well, but giving you a lot more information. And like I said prior, trading the QQQ for 25 with both signals, trend and buy sell signals, would have returned 59% instead of 18%. So very, very effective. Like we say, you obviously you might want to just hold through all of this, but depends on your risk tolerance. Now, the benefit as well in terms of getting these signals is, again, push notifications. So first thing to note in our settings, we also have an aggressive mode. So if we turn that on, we get even more in and out signals. Just depends how aggressive you want to be or not want to be. Personally, I just leave that off. I don't want to be as aggressive. Neither are wrong. They're both right. This one said get out here. This one said get back in here. Like for that one there, said get out. This one said, hey, it's safe to go again. So neither of them are wrong. They're marking the market shifts. Here's a big one. Alert only on confirmed signals. So for push notifications, if you alert on only confirmed signals, when the candle closes, so if you're looking at a daily chart and you're setting alert, you'll only be notified when the market closes. So I keep this one off, right? When we keep that one off, we get that push notification during candle formation. But what you need to keep in mind is during candle formation, the signal can change. At that point in the day that you get the signal for, it's going up, it could still change. And, usually it doesn't, but it can. And you need to be aware of that. So typically, if I were to get a push notification, if we try and have a look at, say, let's go to that one, 20th of February. And let's go to, say, a 10-minute time frame. Let's head back. 20th of Feb we're looking for. Getting close. Okay. So actually that's the 10th. What am I talking about? Let's go to the 20th. Said. Okay, here, this one. So look, I'm going to make an assumption here that during this chart on 10-minute time frame, that we probably got the push notification around here on the daily chart, right? So your job then is to figure out whether you want to enter right then or you want to wait for this pullback and you think it still has more momentum to the upside, or you want to wait for this pullback. At some point, you're going to get a signal here. That doesn't necessarily mean jump straight in, tomorrow it's going to go up. You need to look at all of your timeframes and make a decision about what you want to do. And again, if you're getting a daily signal, that means it could have triggered up here at the top, right? And it obviously didn't because it stayed valid. So it was below the closing price somewhere. So we'd have to assume in here somewhere it's signaled, right? So again, that doesn't mean jump straight in now. It also doesn't mean sell right now. It means you need to look at it and make a decision. It's giving you that notification that something has changed within that stock or whatever you're looking at, and then you can go and make that particular decision. And it's valuable information to have, and it helps you make better decisions. Again, none of the signals are incorrect. They're always correct. It just depends how you utilize them. And go from there. So look, if we want to set an alert for this one, we click create alerts. We go down to the buy and sell signal. We change from bullish divergence. We want a buy signal, for instance, or we want a sell signal. And then we do on the time frame that we want, 1 day, weekly, whatever it is. And we can go from there. They work on any stock and work on any time frame, including crypto. And you can get those signals. It's also good to look at the weekly every now and then. As you can see here, it was definitely correct. And as you can see here, look at the RSI down the bottom. All of this, no, it went up, but look at the RSI. It all went down. So you can avoid all that. and you can know what's happening by using your different time frames and being alert to it. So I often set alerts for the weekly time frame as well as the daily time frame, and I want to know what's happening. I want to know when that weekly is getting weaker or if it got stronger. You want to know. You want to make the correct decision. All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.